Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, guys, in this wonderful occasion, I would like to talk about reading strategies in Toefl tests. Okay, first of all, let's talk about what Toefl is. Toefl is an international standardized test used to measure one's English proficiency. And TOEFL is needed by candidates who want to undertake study or short visit in English-speaking countries. In Indonesia, it is often used, mean that it is very often, okay, frequently used, okay. It is as requirement for postgraduate degrees, or we call it S2 or S3 in Indonesian universities, and other requirements such as for promotion. If you want to be promoted in a company, so you need TOEFL test, or staff recruitment. If you want to recruit someone, okay, you can use TOEFL test, um, especially at government and private institution. Okay, and then let's talk about reading TOEFL. Okay, reading TOEFL is designed to measure candidates' ability to understand passages in academic setting. When you study in overseas universities, you're going to find a lot of readings, of course in English, and the reading TOEFL test is actually aimed at preparing you to study abroad, especially when it comes to reading text. Okay, reading TOEFL consists of 50 questions in 55 minutes, and since 1995, vocabularies are tested integratively and contextually in passages. Okay, let's talk about types of question and sample questions. The first type of question is understanding main ideas. And the questions are like, what is the topic of the passage? What is the subject of the passage? What is the main idea of the passage? What is the title of the passage? What is the main purpose of the passage? And the second type is recognizing the organization of ideas. For examples, how is the information in this passage organized? How is the information in the second paragraph related to the information in the first paragraph? And the third type is answering stated detailed question. The examples are according to passage, blah 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 blah. It is stated in the passage, blah 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 blah. The passage indicates that blah blah blah. The author mentions that blah blah blah. Which of the following is true, blah blah blah. And the fourth type is finding unstated details. Okay, for example, which of the following is not stated? Which of the following is not mentioned? Which of the following is not discussed? All of the following are true except blah 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 blah. Okay. Number 5. Okay, find pronoun reference. Okay, do you know pronouns? Pronoun is like he, she, they, them, him, her, etc. For example, what does him in line X refer to? What does them in line X refer to? Okay, and the sixth type, answering implied detailed question. Okay, for examples, it is implied in the passage that blah 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 blah. It can be inferred from the passage that blah 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 blah. It is most likely that blah 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 blah. What probably happened blah 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 blah. So in answering implied detailed question, of course, you have to make interpretation of the text because it is implied in the text. Implied in the text means that it is not explicitly stated in the text, but you have to interpret the meaning behind the text. Number 7, answering transition questions. The paragraph preceding the passage most likely blah 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 blah. What is most likely in the paragraph following the passage? Okay, so you have to sort of predicting, predicting the preceding passage or preceding sentences, as well as the passage that comes after a certain paragraph. Next, number 8, understanding vocabulary in context. What is the meaning of blah 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 blah? Which of the following is closest in the meaning to blah 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 blah? The word blah 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 in line X is closest in the meaning to which of the following? Okay, so here you are supposed to predict the meaning of difficult vocabulary or difficult vocabularies in the text. Okay, for examples, there is a difficult vocabulary, and you have to just predict what the meaning of that vocabulary is, and it can be done by guessing the meaning from the context. Context means some words, sentences surrounding that difficult vocabulary. Okay. Number 9, determine where specific information is found. For examples, where in the passage blah 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 blah. In which line blah 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 blah. Okay, so it's clear, isn't it? Okay. Okay. And number 10, determine the tone, purpose, or course. Okay, what is the meaning of tone, of the tone? The tone refers to the feelings or emotions expressed by the author towards an issue. So the feelings, the emotion expressed by the author toward an issue. It could also encompass his style of writing. What sentiment does the author express toward the subject? That is the tone. For examples, informative tone, descriptive tone, a judgmental tone, analytical tone. So they are the examples of the tone of the text. Okay, and the questions is like, what is the tone of the passage? What is the author's purpose in this passage? In which course would this reading be assigned? Okay. Okay, let's talk about reading strategies on Toefl. The first strategy is read the first and last sentences of the passage to establish the topic and main idea. All right? Okay, the topic and the main idea can actually be found in the first and the last sentences of the passage. So don't waste your time to read all sentences in the passage. Okay, second strategy. Let's see. This is second strategy. Skim the passage for the key concepts and vocabulary. Okay, skim means that you don't have to read all sentences. Okay, you read it quickly. This is the meaning of skim the passage, so that you are going to find key concepts and vocabulary. All right? Okay, it will speed your reading. Okay, number 3, Read the questions following the passage to find out what kinds of information you are looking for. Okay, read the questions. Okay, by reading the question, you can focus on the information you are asked. Okay, right. So do not read the options. Okay, next. Read the passage carefully, keeping in mind the question you will have to answer. Okay. Read the passage carefully, keeping in mind the questions you will have to answer. All right. Next. Answer the question. Use keywords or phrases in the question to scan the passage for the correct answer. Okay, so you can go from the question first, okay, and try to capture the keywords and phrases in the question, and then you look back at the passage. All right, okay. By this strategy, you can answer the question very fast. Okay, and then guess if you do not know the correct answer. Don't leave, okay, the answer blank, right? So you have to guess, even you have to guess if you do not know the correct answer, all right? Okay. Next, building good reading skills, scanning and skimming. Okay. Skimming, what is skimming? Skimming means reading quickly for general meaning. It is commonly used to find out about the topic, the main idea, and general organization of the text. Okay, so it's to find the main idea, the topic, and general organization of the text. Okay, and what about scanning? Scanning means knowing what information you need to find before you read. Okay, then your eyes move quickly to find the particular information. Scanning is commonly used to look for a fact or detail or a particular vocabulary word. Okay, right? Knowing what information, for examples, you are going to find a year of an event. For example, World War II, the Second World War. Okay, so you are going to find it very quickly because a year is related to number. Okay, okay, so this is scanning. Okay, that's all what I can explain for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.